What's going on, guys? Your boy, the Fat Gamer. If I do a real quick video, and I'm just gonna get to the fucking point of it. Once again, the cult of Nintendo hate is at it again. The Nintendo hate hive mind. They all been dropping the same fucking videos talking about the Christmas holiday sales for the Switch 2 was terrible. Only thing I gotta say is shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I mean, in the case of the Switch 2, it did what it was supposed to do this year. It sold. It sold good. Did it sell as expected? No. It doesn't really matter because I don't give a fuck about sales. As long as the people who wanted the system went out and got the system, that's all that fucking matters. I mean, for the most part, most of the people who wanted that system were a lot of the Mario Kart community. They wanted to play Mario Kart World. I was one of them. But I waited until August until Donkey Kong Bonanza came out. When that game came out, I got my Switch 2 the first week in August, right as soon as Bonanza dropped. So yeah, those were the two must-have games I wanted. And I had bought plenty of games for this system. I know a lot of people and a lot of these Nintendo haters, they talking about the simple fact that, the Switch 2 is fucking reusing Switch 1 games, give them a slight boost in power, frames per second, graphics or whatnot. I mean, but this is the thing that really fucking mind boggles me about that damn argument. It's the simple fact that, if you look at the Xbox Series X, damn near every game on that fucking console, it's an Xbox One game that has been upgraded. I could go right now in my gaming room, and half of those games on my damn Series X are Xbox One games. When I had my PS5, a lot of those damn games were PS4 games with damn graphic upgrades and shit. So I don't want to hear this argument about the Switch 2 repurposing Switch 1 games because it's a flawed argument. All these damn companies do this shit. I mean, I'm all for it. If it gives a game a second win at life or a longevity, who cares? Who cares? I mean, if you buy a goddamn game, you will hope that they will focus on that damn game. And I get it. A lot of people are waiting for that must-have Nintendo Switch 2 game. I keep it real. Most people who are in the Nintendo community are still with the Switch OLED, Switch Lite, or yes, even the Switch 1, whether it's the all black one or the red and blue one. Like I got the red and blue Switch 1. My people are still on those systems because they are waiting for that must-have game that defies the Switch 2. Whether it's a new Xenoblade, a new Zelda, or something from Nintendo's past. Yes, I get it. Mario Kart World and Bonanza and Air Riders and Metroid Prime 4 are not system sellers like that. They're not a must-have game. My people are probably waiting on a new 3D or 2D Mario or Zelda. Or even a Xenoblade. Hell. That's what people are waiting for. That's what most Nintendo fans are waiting for. They are waiting for that one game that will make them go out and spend $500 or $450 for this console. But, I will say this, and I'm going to be completely honest. When it comes to the first year of any new console, the Switch 2 did fairly well. Did it do as good as the Switch 1? No, because the Switch 1 launched with Mario Odyssey, and everybody wanted to play Mario Odyssey. And then let's keep it real, in 2017, it was a different fucking world. The economy was booming. People's confidence of going out buying and extravagant things was at an all-time high. Rent and everything wasn't as fucking crippling as it is now. I mean, let's keep it real. Most fucking people who live in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment are paying almost $2,000 a week in rent. You go out and buy a motherfucking $300,000 or $400,000 house, what they paying in rent? That'd be a mortgage on one of those goddamn houses. I shit you not. But that's the whole fucking That's the whole fucking problem there, you know? It's not because video games are high. Yeah, video games are high. But you know what? Video games have always been high. You know, I'll be 50 years old this year, guys, and I will fucking say this. You know, back in the days, video games was a luxury item. It wasn't a must-have. Hell, I was 17 years old when I got my very first video game console, and that was a Sega Genesis in 1993. I was 17 years old. That was the first fucking console that I got. And that system came out in 1989 when I was in the 7th grade. And I didn't get that motherfucker until I was in the 11th grade. And yeah, and if you want to talk about a fucking system that was struggling and everything, that goddamn system struggled in its first damn near 3 years because it didn't have that game. You know? It didn't have that. It didn't have that must-have. Yeah, it had games like Buster Douglas, Moonwalker, Afterburner, Alter Beast. It had a few gems, but it didn't have that one game that made people go crazy and buy it in masses. And you know what game that was? It was Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog. I was a freshman when Sonic the Hedgehog came out. And that was the goddamn game that made me notice the Sega Genesis. Because at that damn time, before fucking Sonic the Hedgehog came out, people were still on the fucking NES playing fucking Mario 3 and shit, man. When that goddamn game came out, everybody started paying attention to Sega. And then, yes, you have Mario World and Mario Kart, and the rest is history. But yeah, when the fucking Sega Genesis came out, it did fucking terrible all until 1991, and that's when people started taking hold of it. Another system like that was the PlayStation. And yes, even the Sega Saturn. Both of those systems came out in 1995. People were still playing on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Those systems were in their primes at that damn point. Everybody had them. Everybody enjoyed them. There was no fucking rush to get a fucking PlayStation or a Saturn. It was no goddamn rush. You know? In case of PlayStation, it was goddamn Crash Bandicoot. Really, people didn't start buying the goddamn PlayStation 1 until the damn DualShock controllers came out. That was the turning point for the goddamn PlayStation. Because that controller embraced 3D controls at it was just better than the original PlayStation controllers. The original PlayStation controllers were shit until the DualShocks came out. And my first PlayStation was a DualShocks PlayStation. I had all the Crash Bandicoots, all the fucking Twisted Metals, and all that shit, all the fucking fighting games. The PlayStation was a fucking fighting system juggernaut. I always had the fucking Saturn. Yeah, the Saturn was a good system, but it didn't. The problem with the Saturn, it just didn't have that one game that sold it. Hell, the N64 had Mario 64. Everybody wanted to play Mario 64, so they bought the N64. You get what I'm fucking saying? The problem with the Switch 2 is this. It's not the price. It's not the price of the games. It just doesn't have that it factor game yet. And I find it fucking funny that all you hating ass motherfuckers who all LARP like a goddamn hive mind, who can't think for your goddamn self, is going by, oh, look at the goddamn sales, it didn't do that good. But yet you're not talking about the fucking Series X or S or even the PlayStation for real. Because granted, the PlayStation did have a $100 price drop this holiday. It really didn't do as well as people think it did. Hell, the goddamn Series X, nobody bought that goddamn thing. Nobody even talked about that thing. A lot of people think Microsoft is fucking dead when it comes to this goddamn Xbox. So yeah, you know, at the end of the fucking day, it's just kind of ironic how people are, man. It's like you motherfuckers will cling on to any goddamn negative thing that comes out about Nintendo. I mean, at this fucking point, it's like rinse and repeat. It's like it doesn't matter what generation, it doesn't matter what piece of hardware it is. It's like Nintendo goes through the same bullshit all the fucking time. You know, when it comes like down to the casual gamers, like oh Nintendo only cares about the casual. Nintendo only cares about babies. Nintendo cares about grandmas. But yet, if you look at the goddamn PS5, that thing is the most sought after console for casuals. There is literally more casual gamers on the fucking PS5. I talk to a lot of guys who play on the PlayStation 5 and talk about video games, and the only thing they play is either Call of Duty or 2K. Hell, my goddamn nephew is a prime example. There's only 3 games he plays on his PlayStation 5. Fortnite, Call of Duty, and 2K, and maybe Madden. But mostly it's 2K, Call of Duty, and Fortnite. That's all he plays. He doesn't play nothing else. I offered to get him Borderlands 4 for his system. You know, he said, no, I don't want to play that. I just want to play. He has asked me for a fucking gift card so he gets some either V-Bucks or some shit for fucking Call of Duty or whatnot. That's all he plays. So at this standpoint, the PS5 is the most casual used console. Because that's what most casuals play. In case of the hardcore, you know, like when it comes down to Nintendo, there's a lot of hardcore gamers on the fucking Nintendo systems. Doesn't matter, you know, because that is a true gaming platform. And I'm just gonna be honest there. In the case of Microsoft, yeah, I would like to see Microsoft do better, but they killing themselves with the whole AI investment. I mean, I don't know when State of K3 is gonna come out. I don't know when Gears of War E-Day is gonna come out. Those are the 2 games I am waiting for. That's the only reason why I still got my damn Series X is for those 2 games. And I'm beginning to lose faith in waiting for them. I am at this point now. I am really considering getting rid of my damn Series X and yes, damn near all damn near 300 games on that system that are physical. I got like 300 physical games on that system. And majority of them are fucking Xbox One games. So yeah, I am really considering getting rid of it. But yet I don't want to do that because I can't afford to take a goddamn loss. So, you know, I'm just in limbo with that console. But I'm still optimistic that fucking State of K3 will come out this year. I'm still optimistic that we'll get a new Gears of War this year. But with the RAM and the graphics cards and all the AI bullshit, I don't know. Because Microsoft has announced that will start laying off more people in the gaming sector, which is fucking sad. Like you bought fucking Activision just to start laying them off. So why the fuck did you buy it? I mean, I thought you was more invested in gaming, not goddamn fucking AI slop. So, you know, fuck them. And yeah, I get it, guys. I talk about Nintendo a lot, but like I said before, I have always been an Xbox, Nintendo-centric gamer. I'm beginning to just become a Nintendo-centric gamer because Nintendo at this point is the only one that's actually making games that I want to play. Like next month, I will be getting Mario Tennis Fever. I do like the Mario Tennis series, and that's my whole thing. You know, when it comes down to these goddamn Nintendo haters, I mean, like really, what the fuck are you guys bitching about? It's like y'all, it's this fake outrage, and it's just trumped up fake bullshit. It's just a goddamn grift. I mean, literally, if you've been playing video games as long as I have, you should be used to this shit, man. And yes, fucking on the Super Nintendo, there were fucking $80, $70, and $60 fucking Super Nintendo games. Super Punch Out I remember Super Punch. I remember going to the store to buy Super Punch Out, and then when I went there to see how much it was, I didn't buy it because it was $80 fucking. Hell, majority of games I owned during that era was on the Sega Genesis because most Sega Genesis games were cheaper. You get damn Sega Genesis games for like 19 goddamn dollars all fucking day. You know? So yeah, I mean, I got fucking grass. You know? Same way with the N64, you know, same way with any of this shit, man. I mean, at the end of the goddamn day, you know, if if you got to bitch and moan about shit in gaming, then this is not the hobby for you. It's gaming is a very expensive hobby. It's not a. It has never been a cheap hobby. And for the people who bitch about what Nintendo's doing by bricking consoles, yeah, don't jailbreak and don't homebrew brew on the motherfucker. If you're doing that shit, you deserve to have your shit bricked. That's all I gotta fucking say. Because at the end of the goddamn day, if you're not bitching about Microsoft or Sony bricking goddamn PlayStations and Xboxes, then shut the fuck up. I'm not telling any goddamn body that. As soon as these systems started connecting to a goddamn online server, the shit wasn't ours anymore. It was theirs. And they could dictate whatever the fuck they want to because you are now signed into their fucking servers and infrastructure. So yeah, it ain't yours. You just got a lease. You're a licensee. And that's really all I gotta say, guys. You know, like I said, this is my last video on these fucking hating ass goddamn grifting motherfuckers. I'm not gonna name no names because it's irrelevant to me. If you're a motherfucker making these type of videos, yeah, I'm talking about you, cocksucker. And as always, it's your boy, the Fat Gamer. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.